Millions of years ago, the Earth was roamed by creatures known as dinosaurs, which means terrible lizards. But what was it really like back then? This is life millions of years ago. This dinosaur is Diplodocus, a large sauropod dinosaur that lived in the Jurassic period. It had a long whip-like tail that it may have been able to use to defend itself. This Diplodocus is fully grown. It is waiting in the prairie for its herd members to catch up. One of the members finally caught up, but with some danger following. Torvosaurus, one of the largest predators of the Jurassic, even larger than Allosaurus. The three Torvosaurs may have been able to take on one Diplodocus, but two is too many to safely take them down. It's better to give up and not risk serious injury. A third Diplodocus shows up from the water. A few young Camptosaurus run from its feet as it walks to the others. The Diplodocus are safe for now. This lake is territory to a predator from the Jurassic, Ceratosaurus. Ceratosaurus wasn't as big as Allosaurus or Torvosaurus, but it had the bite force to make up for it. This Ceratosaurus was hungry, and there was a herbivore nearby, Kentrosaurus, a smaller relative of Stegosaurus. There were two that would make this fight more difficult for the Cerato. The Kentrosaurs may be able to bleed the Cerato to death, but only if they manage to get past its powerful bone-crushing jaws. The Kentrosaurs circle the Ceratosaurus, attempting to confuse it. Unluckily for this Kentrosaur, his friend has left him alone. The Ceratosaurus has suffered multiple stab wounds to the legs and chest, but it managed to break the Kentrosaur's jaw. The Kentrosaurus's fast speed makes it a tough target to hit. The Ceratosaurus was thought to have had a more unique diet than other carnivores, possibly consisting of fish and crocodiles, but it wouldn't turn down a tasty Kentrosaur. It wasn't looking very good for either of the dinosaurs. The Cerato is getting tired, and the bleeding is getting worse every time it runs. Finally, the Kentrosaurus falls, but it's hard to tell if the Ceratosaurus will survive, especially with the dangers of living in the Jurassic period. This feathery dinosaur is a Therizinosaurid, Bipiaosaurus. Unluckily for this Bipiaosaurus, there is a pack of Carnotaurus nearby. Carnotaurus were large abelisaurids, and they were fast. Far too fast for the Bipiaosaurus to outrun them. It must stand its ground and fight. The crushing bites of the Carnotaurus were strong. There is slim chance of survival. for the lone Bipiosaurus. Many skull-crushing bites from the two Carnotaurus were thrown at the Bipiosaurus. Its vision was blurred, and it isn't looking good. This lone male Bipiosaurus may have just met his match. Finally, the Bipiosaurus falls to the Carnotaurus. This armored dinosaur here in the salt flats is Steliosaurus, a small ankylosaurid dinosaur. This lone female Steliosaurus was looking for a good spot to build her burrow. She had to watch out for predators such as Yangchuanosaurus, Ceratosaurus, and Guanlong. Steliosaurus is one of the few dinosaurs out there that has an almost complete skeleton. This is due to the fact that in Britain, there was a sheer cliff beach where someone saw rocks falling, and they looked up and they saw what was thought to be a bone. They went back every day and found the rest of the skeleton. This is odd, however, because the place it was found was an open ocean. For a land-dwelling dinosaur to be out in the open ocean, something must happen, but no one knows what had happened to the poor Steliosaurus. The Steliosaurus is considered to be either more closely related to ankylosaurids than to stegosaurids, and by extension, a true ankylosaur, or basal to the ankylosaur-stegosaur split. There was a lone Yangchuanosaurus outside her burrow. The Steliosaurus had to dig quickly and finish her burrow before the Yangchuanosaurus found her. She managed to scare away the Yangchuanosaurus. Yangchuanosaurus were large predators from China. This young Carnotaurus had just watched her parents successfully kill a Bipiosaurus. But there were more herbivores than just that nearby. There was a Pachyrhinosaurus, alone surprisingly, as normally they travel in herds. The young Carnotaurus had gotten hungry and went to its parents' other kills. It looked through a large feathered dinosaur, a Bestiaheavior, sir, and more feathered dinosaurs. This has been Deserts and Prairies. See you next time when we cover swamps and floodplains.